Hello there. Guess what just came out this week? The Harry Potter Hogwarts Mystery game for your phone. I made a video a while back talking about how excited I was for this game, and it just came out this week, and so I wanted to just give you a little quick review about my thoughts on it after playing it for a couple of days. First of all, it is a lot like what I expected it to be. Kind of like the Harry Potter 5 computer game that I used to have and play all the time. And there's a lot of the fact that you can go around the castle and explore and all that stuff. It's just not quite as detailed as the Harry Potter 5 computer game, but that makes sense because it's like a game for your phone. So that's okay. Nothing beats the Harry Potter 5 computer game in my opinion. Oh, I love that game so much. I wish it still worked on my computer. Anyway, the one thing that is a little bit disappointing that I didn't realize how annoying it would be is like how much you have to wait for things. I did expect it to be a little like this. So the thing is, the app is a free app for your phone. And so it has the common like in-app purchases and stuff like that. So obviously they have to have a way to try to get you to buy stuff, you know? But it just takes so long to like replenish your energy. I feel like it takes 4 minutes to get 1 energy point back, and I just feel like 4 minutes is a really long time. And then also there's times when you have to like wait to do the next like plot point in the story. That's a cool thing that I didn't know exactly what to expect when it came to the game, is that it's actually like a story. Like you're playing like this character and you can have it be your name or any name you come up with, but like you still have like a backstory. Like you have a older brother Jacob who got expelled from Hogwarts, and so like a lot of people are wary of you and whatever, and so it's like you actually have this story that it's not the Harry Potter story at all, but like there is a story going on. So that's one of the things, is that the game comprises of like 2 main things that you can do. You can do the story points and the lesson points, and every part of the story you have to do all of the things in that list, and sometimes you have to wait to be able to do the next story point. Also, to do with the energy and how you never have enough of it, there are 6 spots where you can replenish a little bit of your energy. That is 1 energy point, but at least that's something. So on the castle grounds, there's like a little stick that you can tap, and then when you do that, you'll get 1 energy point, and Fang will come up and pick up the stick and run around the castle grounds. In the dungeons, there's a house elf that's accidentally fallen asleep right next to the kitchen, so if you tap that, then you'll get an energy point, and the house elf will run back to the kitchens. On the west lower floor, there's actually 2 right next to each other. There's a torch that's gone out, and so you can light the fire on that again, and then right next to that, there's also statues, and the one in the middle, if it's holding the sword, then you can tap it and it'll switch with the one on the side, because the shield should be in the middle. In the west towers, there's a picture frame that should have some fruit in it, and if it doesn't, you can tap it and the fruit will come back, and that'll give you an energy point. And then in the east tower, there's a blank picture frame that should have a little girl in it, and so if you tap that one, then she'll come back and you'll get an energy point. I think that's all 6 spots. Oh, the other thing about the places that can give you free energy is that once you do them, you can't use them for a while after that. I read somewhere that they have like a 6-hour replenish rate, but I don't know if that's exactly true. Excuse me. First of all, I'm sorry that this video is coming a little bit late. As you might be able to tell from this shot right here, I was moving my stuff on Saturday. I'm going back to my parents for the summer, and I officially move out on Friday, but I wanted to get most of the moving out of the way because this week is pretty busy for my family. But maybe it's a good thing that I didn't end up posting this on Saturday, because it gave me an extra couple of days to figure out the time frame of all of the free energy things. I have an approximate time frame for how often each free energy thing gets replenished. The fastest one definitely is the fruit. That one gets replenished every 3 hours, so if you want free energy, that's probably your best bet, first place to go. The next one takes more than twice as long to replenish, but it's still significantly shorter than some of the other ones, and that is the stick that is on the castle grounds. When I tested it yesterday, it turned out to be just about 6.5 hours. I was intrigued by that because I'm like, I wonder how many minutes are in 6.5 hours. And then I'm like, that's about 390 minutes, or 394. But I checked again today and it seemed to be just less than 6.5 hours rather than just more than 6.5 hours, so it would be somewhere in the 380 minutes, but that would have been cool. It's close though. The one after that gets replenished pretty soon after that, and it's the picture of the girl with the flowers, and I think that one takes about 7 hours to replenish. And then the house elf and the torch or the lamp in front of the Great Hall, those both get replenished at about 8 hours. The longest one by far is the statues in front of the Great Hall. That one looks to be about 11.5 to 12 hours every time it replenishes. But as I was saying before, I don't know the exact time frame, but that one, it will take about half a day to replenish. I was also thinking maybe it's based on what time it is rather than how much time it's been since you last used it, but I think it is the latter. I'm not sure on that. If I find out any more details about exactly how long each of these take, like to the minute or to the second, or if I find out more about if it's a certain time or any more details. And also when I get to year 2 and another portion of the castle opens up, I know that there are also books in that corridor. I will figure out about those, and I'll probably post about those in the comments below unless I have another reason to do an awesome video about this cool game. Anyway, the last little fun thing I wanted to talk about is the characters that happen to be in the game so far. I mean, it's only come out this week, so I don't think anyone's gotten past year 1 yet. I'm about to finish chapter 5, I think. So far, the only classes that you have in year 1 are potions, charms, and flying, although you have come across like Dumbledore and McGonagall, but you've not been to classes with McGonagall or Sprout yet, but there is Snape, and there is Hooch, and there is Flitwick. There's just the normal teachers. I'm curious to see who teaches the defense against the dark arts, although if you look at each of the rooms, it tells you when they'll be unlocked, and I don't think defense against the dark arts gets unlocked until year 5, or maybe it was year 6, which is interesting. That might just be because they don't want to come up with 7 new defense against the dark arts teachers, because at this point, the position has been jinxed, so no one's going to stay for more than 1 year. And this way they'll only have to come up with a few Defense Against the Dark Arts teachers. There are other classes that they all open at different times. I think the Transfiguration is going to open in year 2, and I can't remember the other ones. But then the other cool thing is the characters that we run across in it. So I looked at the list of all of the Hogwarts students that you can run into, and when you're in your first year, which is where I'm at right now, it says that Bill Weasley is a 3rd year, and Charlie Weasley and Nymphadora Tonks are 1st years. And so that means we're going to Hogwarts the same time as Charlie Weasley, which also means that we'll be finishing, it'll be our 7th year, the year before Harry comes to Hogwarts, because Charlie Weasley is 7 years older than Ron and Harry. When you go to see what the friendship statuses are, it doesn't really say anything about Charlie Weasley, so I don't know if we're gonna meet him, and if we do, I don't know when. But about Bill and Tonks, it says that we'll meet Bill in year 2 and Tonks in year 3. Also, when you go to the list of friendships, it has a list of 7 people, so there's 7 main people that we'll end up being friends with, I guess. The first one is Rowan, Rowan is basically your Hermione, who gets to guide you and lead you around through everything. She is always in the same house that you are, so for me, she's in Ravenclaw. And then there's also someone named Ben, and he's a Gryffindor, but he's kind of like Neville, kind of one of the scared Gryffindors, but he's a Muggle-born, and so that's cool. And then there's also a girl named Penny Haywood, who's a Hufflepuff. And then there's Bill Weasley, who's of course a Gryffindor, and Nymphadora Tonks, who is a Hufflepuff. There's also a Ravenclaw named Tulip Karasu, who it looks like we'll meet in year 3. And then there's a Slytherin named Barnaby Lee, who it doesn't say when we'll meet. I'm also curious to see if we'll meet people who are younger than us. Like, when I get to year 2, will there happen to be more first years that show up as well? That would be interesting to see, especially since as I go up, there's more likely a chance to see other people we'll know. Since basically it's happening from 1984 until 1990, we finished right before Harry, but that means that any students that Harry knows that are older than him might just show up as younger students as our character gets older. So that's something I'm curious about. I really hope that it happens, because I'd love to see like Fred and George in the game or something, you know? Anyway, so I kind of tangented a little bit about all of the little random things that I found in the game so far. So far, I like the game. I just wish that it didn't require so much waiting, but I see why it is, because it is a free app on your phone. It just makes me kind of sit there forever being like, tick tock, I need more energy. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I do recommend the game. Go check it out and have fun going through the story. Definitely like this video and comment below about what you like or don't like about the game. I mean, I know there definitely are pros and cons. Also, subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos. This one up here is from when I found out about the game and talked about how excited I was for it, as well as excited for Fantastic Beasts. And down here you can find all of my Harry Potter videos, and then you can subscribe to my channel right here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next Saturday.